time for episode 2, and I'm very excited for this one because I recognize that silhouette. And this time it shouldn't be zoomed in anymore. Yippee! Episode 2, Turnabout Airlines. The murder that occurred in my office. The return of the great thief Yatagarasu. Thinking back, everything began on that fateful day 2 days ago. Saying that fateful day when it's been 2 days is very funny. Oh. Oh, this is cool. Yes, everything began high up in the air, 9,000 feet in the air to be precise.
Thank you for flying Turnabout Airlines. We are currently experiencing some flight turbulence. We are asking all passengers to please return to their seats and fasten their seatbelts.
Very fancy plane for some fucking reason. Who the hell has statues in a plane? Oh. Okay, so several things. First of all, what kind of plane is this? Why does it have a bar? Why does it have 2 statues? That should be way too heavy for a plane. Why does it have an elevator? Where the fuck are you going? You don't need an elevator. Why does it have a grand piano? Why is it so large? And why is Miles Edgeworth laying on the ground with seemingly a bottle smashed over his head? Why are there fucking marble pillars? It's a plane! March 12th, 6:13 a.m. Flight G390, first floor lounge. Can I cannot. Why do I feel like I just woke up from a horrible nightmare? The fucking... There was so much character in that, like, watch and check. Good God. Bro had to flip that shit out of his wrist. God damn. 6:13, huh? Guess I was out cold for about 10 minutes. Slight turbulence indeed. Oh, right, I forgot he's absolutely traumatized and, like, afraid of earthquakes. So turbulence probably would also get him.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently experiencing some slight turbulence. For your safety, we ask that you return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts.
I suppose turbulence is to be expected on a flight. Though admittedly, I'm less comfortable than with anything resembling earthquakes. I'm less comfortable with anything resembling earthquakes. Yeah, you are horribly traumatized. Oh, that's so new. What's this? A travel wallet? But it's not mine. How did someone else's travel wallet end up in my pocket? My head. Why won't this headache go away? I'll take care of this travel wallet later, or hand it off to the attendant. From earthquake-like turbulence to an elevator. What am I doing hesitating like this? This poor man. His 2 greatest weaknesses, elevators and harsh shaking. And he's experiencing both of them in this flight. Oh God. I feel you, Miles Edgeworth. I feel you. I also hate flying. turbulence would have me gripping the edge of my seat. Actually, I know full well why I hesitate. It was when I was still but a young child. I was caught up in a murder that happened in an elevator. Quick pause, and I'm back. It's just an elevator. I'm a grown man now. I need to behave like one. How long am I going to let my past haunt me? Listen, I know you're a grown man, but like, you don't have to, like, blame yourself for that. Come on. What the? What in the world happened? Is there something wrong, sir? I must ask that you please return to your seat. He's dead! Please calm down. We mustn't jump to conclusions without all the facts.
What's wrong? Did something happen?
You murderer! Well, no, you have it all wrong. It wasn't me. Oh nice, he's restrained now. March 12, 6:41 a.m. Same flight, second floor, first class. Everyone, I am sorry to interrupt, but I have an important announcement. I am one of your flight attendants today, Rhoda Tonero. Tonero? Tonero. Okay. Yeah, okay, Tonero. Because Tonero is a fucking name that was mentioned in the third Apollo Justice game. I think it was game 3 case 4. Yes, case 4. Unfortunately, we have just had a minor accident on this flight.
An accident? Don't treat us like we're stupid. I just caught a glimpse and it was murder.
What? Murder? What's going on this flight? Everyone, please calm down. There's no reason to panic. This flight will stay on course and make its scheduled landing. We are still currently in the middle of a rough patch of turbulence, so until we are out of this area of turbulence, I ask that you please remain seated.
But someone was killed, right? I mean, what about the killer? Let me off.
Please, there is no need to feel threatened. We have already apprehended the culprit. I ask that everyone please remain calm.
What the heck is he talking about? Why should we remain calm?
My name is Miles Edgeworth. I am a prosecutor, and I assure you I am not the killer.
Ha! Being a prosecutor doesn't make you incapable of murder, buddy.
As we've seen at least 3 times now. Now you listen here. I'm not the killer. I simply found the body. So you say. However, I am sure that you are the perpetrator of this crime. I swear on my honor as a professional flight attendant. Oh, is that right? I know what I saw. And there's even very strong incriminating evidence to back me up. What kind of incriminating evidence is she talking about? We've already alerted the proper authorities at our destination. Until we land, you will remain in our custody by the powers vested in our captain. I'm very sorry, but please understand our situation. Your situation? I'm more concerned with mine and the direction it's going in. I'm not about to just sit idly while I get accused of murder. Miss Tenero, is it? Yes. I was wondering if you might give me a chance. A chance? To do what? A chance to plead my case. And a chance to ask what you mean by incriminating evidence just now. To accuse a passenger of such a grave crime without allowing him to give a proper defense. Can a professional flight attendant inside of you really call this action righteous? You have a point. Very well, I'll listen to what you have to say. But be wary of what you reveal. I'm afraid you'll only look even more suspicious if your explanation fails to satisfy. I also do not have the time to deal with you all day, so please make it quick. Of course, as you wish. Good. Very well then, let's get started. I know for a fact that I didn't kill that man in the elevator. What I don't know is what sort of evidence she has up her sleeve, but I'm certain it doesn't fit with how the crime really occurred. I swear to tell the whole truth as a professional flight attendant. Things you can't really say professional flight attendant, like that's already kind of included in being a flight attendant. You're not allowed to be a flight attendant on the flight unless you are a professional. Like the definition of professionalism is just that you do it for money. Unfortunately for you, Mr. Edgeworth, I am certain you are the killer. The scene I saw in front of the elevator. It was you standing there with fresh blood dripping off the murder weapon. So, if you would please cooperate, we'll turn you over just as soon as we land. That's it? That's her evidence? I don't think you could ask for a more perfect witness testimony. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? Not really. It's hardly perfect when there's a gaping hole in it. I love the smirk he has on his, like, girl, please. Well, let's start off with just a simplest thing. The murder weapon. I was holding a travel wallet.
Objection!
Objection, Miss Tenero. What is with the yelling all of a sudden? Ah, force of habit. Well, it doesn't matter. Miss Tenero, you say you saw the murder weapon dripping with blood. Is that correct? Yes, all that blood. Drip, drip, drip. Just recalling that scene sent a chill down my spine. Sorry, but your so-called professional flight attendant training has failed you. What? I'd like to direct your attention to this. Do you know what this is? It's a travel wallet, right? But it looks a little big and bulky. The thing you saw me holding when I discovered the dead body in the elevator was this very wallet, Mr. Tenero. What? Impossible! Now then, do you still think I am the killer? That I killed him with a travel wallet? I saw blood dripping from the wallet. I know I did. As you can see, this wallet is clearly stained. But if you would be so kind as to take a whiff, I think you'd agree it's only grape juice. Ah, then... That's right, you mistook grape juice for blood. The murder weapon dripping with blood does not, in fact, exist. No! There, that should clear up that pesky accusation. Hold it! Wait just a second. That is... I mean, even a wallet could be deadly if it was wrapped around something heavy. I demand you show me what's inside. Please. She's trembling and she tacked on please at the end. Sounds like I've got her. There's no need to look inside. Even you can tell from its appearance that it's light. No, I can't be sure of anything until I see the contents of that wallet for myself. She's a persistent one. I suppose we'll have no choice but to see what's inside. Mr. Nero, if you'd be so kind as to open the wallet and check its contents for me. Alright. I usually don't pry into passengers' belongings, but we have no choice here. It seems that this passport is all there is here. As you saw, there is nothing but a passport inside. This renders your wallet as a murder weapon argument moot. Wouldn't you agree? Hold it! Please, hear me out, Mr. Edgeworth. What is it now? Well, I was wondering, whose passport is it exactly? Can I take a look? Why not? I'm rather curious myself. This is... Surname Acme Hicks. Surprised with his design. It looks kinda unlike the usual art style, even in this game. Just as I thought. This travel wallet belonged to Mr. Acme Hicks, which makes it the victim's property. What's the pun? Acme Hicks? You stole the victim's wallet, didn't you? How dare you? You said it yourself. You claimed to be holding this wallet in your hands when I found you. Perhaps I did misconstrue the wallet for the murder weapon, but it seems that I wasn't wrong about who the culprit is. As you claimed, the murder weapon is not the travel wallet. However, it is something you stole from Mr. Hicks after you were done with the vile deed. I find it hard to believe myself, but your motive was very simple. You were out to steal Mr. Hicks's money, weren't you? So even though I didn't have the murder weapon on me, you still suspect me, I see. You stood at the crime scene with the victim's wallet in your hands. How can I turn a blind eye and not suspect you of foul play?
Hold it!
You think I stole it? Yes, I'm very sorry to say it, and I wouldn't usually be so rude, but it must be said. I never thought I'd see the day, but here I am calling a passenger a thief. Maybe I should put on a serious face and say it more directly. I believe you removed the wallet from the victim's personage. It really doesn't matter how you phrase it. What I'd like to know is why you think I stole Mr. Hicks's wallet.
Objection!
I wonder if I might get a word in, Mr. Nero. What is it now? Mr. Nero, I wonder if you noticed a contradiction within your own testimony. What are you talking about? Simply put, as you saw with your own eyes, the only thing inside Mr. Hicks's wallet was his passport. Ah, if I really was after his money, then why would I steal a penniless travel wallet? But that's right, you, Mr. Edgeworth, you didn't know it was empty when you stole it. You would like to think that, but that's not possible. What do you mean it's not possible? There's no way the killer didn't know the wallet was empty to begin with. Oh, and what makes you so sure? How can I show her that the killer knew the wallet was empty from the get-go? Oh, well, there we go.
Take that!
If you would recall the crime scene, I admit that the wallet was probably not empty at the time of the murder. That's pretty evident by the bills and cards strewn around the inside of the elevator. Oh no! I think you've come to realize a problem with your logic. I would surmise that the victim's wallet fell out during their struggle, and that's when its contents empty onto the floor of the elevator. I doubt the killer could have missed such an occurrence. Then you're saying... Yes, according to your supposition, if I were the killer, I would have been going after a wallet I knew to be empty. And since I clearly was not attempting to garner the scattered money, it renders your argument of theft completely invalid. But I... Forgive me! Please!
Hey, what the heck? Are you saying the attendant's wrong? So that guy isn't a killer? Ha, I don't believe it, everyone. It's a trick.
Will you all please be quiet? I'm sorry, pause. Who the fuck is this man on the right? Why do we have Carnival Charlemagne? What is this? Mr. Nero. Yes? You lost your cool when you saw the dead body. Plus, the lounge was dark, and looking into the light of the elevator, it's easy to see how you mistook the wallet in my hand for the murder weapon. I take no offense that you thought I was the killer. Mr. Edgeworth. Thank you for releasing me. Please tell me this guy's from, fuck, what was it again? the country in Apollo Justice. I forgot the name of that country was. I feel like it was like I gotta look this up. I gotta look this up. I gotta look this up. What fucking country was this? I swear to God, I wanna call it that this guy is from there. No, not that one, not that one. Which one? Where is it? Come on. Borginia, that's what it was. I'm gonna just for but simply because they use these symbols, I'm gonna assume that this guy is Virginian. What is it now? Yep. What is this? What is this, dude? Miss Tenero, if you could please translate, I'd be much obliged. It's yo! I was right. It is Virginian. That's fucking hilarious. It's actually Virginian. Oh, I'm so happy with that. That makes me deeply pleased. Continuity, baby. Continuity. Borginian. Hell yeah. Also, cool background theme. It sounds Virginian, but I don't understand any of it. There's another attendant on this flight who... Whoosh! What's a good version?
I said that he was given a runabout. Let him require an interpreter. I speak to English just well. See, you the attendant.
Yes, sir.
I want this person to be under arrest until we arrive at the airport.
I'm sorry, sir, but what exactly are you hoping for?
What is it you want? I've finished talking to lots of you.
Please, I would like to hear why you would like me to be held under arrest until we land.
How dare you try to waste my time?
You're the one who stuck your nose into my affairs.
I wanted to spend even at least one more second with my precious art. I've no time for other things. I know what you are. I'll see through you. Insolvent. Yes, I am pretty sure that's how you say it in English.
Well, I should hope I'm not monetarily bankrupt, but I don't think that's what you meant. I'm sorry, but I don't think I caught your name.
I'm Zinkelblank II. I'm a very wealthy man in Virginia. But I am not an ordinary rich man. I'm an art dealer. A rich seller of beauty.
Mr. LeBlanc, what did you mean by just...
Pardon?
When you said that Mr. Edgeworth was giving me the runabout?
I have to explain. Unbelievable. I will say once and once only one. I do not have even a second to waste. Time is money, as they say.
Yes, and yet you continue to blather on.
I saw it, yes I did. I saw the victim going to the elevator. Going down to the lounge. It was exactly 6 o'clock.
And what's the significance of that time? At 6, he says. Wait, you saw him at 6? Ah, what's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth?
You understand, I see. Miss Attendant, what time did you discover the body?
Well, it was a little after that patch of turbulence, so I would say at around 6:50. Oh!
Hicks was his name, was it? And I'd say this man Hicks was killed in a 15-minute time span. And the only person in the lounge at that time was his prosecutor, yes?
Yeah, I was in my seat the whole time.
Me too. I was watching the movie and enjoying a fine glass of grape juice.
I was still eating. I still haven't finished, see?
The other passengers have an alibi, so you have no problem with them, I suppose. No complying, I see. Not a single word against this, right?
I have no way of discounting what you have put forth at this point, but it wasn't me.
Oh, so you say. But do you have what you say, the evidence?
Mr. Edgeworth, are you really the culprit after all? Mr. LeBlanc, I suppose you are quite certain in what you saw, enough to give testimony?
Of course, I was looking at that man the whole time. He was playing with an annoying little, how shall I say, small machine the whole time.
Machine?
Yes, that's what you people call it in English, yes. It was making me crazy with that click, click, click.
From that description, it sounds like some sort of small computer. I believe what Mr. LeBlanc is talking about is a cell phone. I have to say that I did see him playing with it quite a bit myself. A simple cell phone. A laptop or organizer I can see, but that's kind of low budget.
I hate that noisy little machine in his hand. Not a fragment of beauty. All it produces is ugly sounds. Anyway, I know what I saw.
Damn, it's raining hard outside. Jesus. Mr. Nero. Yes? I was wondering if I might be granted permission to examine the crime scene. What? You want to examine the crime scene? If you would grant me a little measure of time, I'm sure I can produce the real culprit.
I don't like the sound of that fox in the duck pen. Yes, I think that's how you say it in English.
It's Fox guarding the hen house, and I believe my innocence is proven earlier. And if I'm given a chance, I can clear up all the remaining doubts. Mr. Nero, if you wait until we arrive, there's a good chance that some evidence will have been destroyed by then. I understand. Let me see what the captain has to say.
This should not be approved.
Please, Mr. LeBlanc. In an emergency, all decisions are made by the captain alone. Now please wait here while I go ask the captain what to do. I'll be right back.
You're not planning to erase evidence when you are doing your investigation, yes?
Of course not.
We'll see.
Mr. Edgeworth, you have the captain's permission to investigate the crime scene.
What? Unbelievable.
I'm in your debt, Mr. Nero. However, there is one condition. I am to supervise you. Can you agree? There's one condition. I am to supervise you. Can you agree to that? Of course, I see no problem with that stipulation. It's only natural, as I am still a suspect in this case. I take full responsibility and will watch Mr. Edgeworth in this case. I hope this is reassurance enough that there will be no foul play. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, shall we proceed? If you should need my help with anything, please feel free to use T to talk. It's time I head to the scene of the crime, the first floor lounge. Excuse me, but may I have a word with you? You there! If you need something, please ask Mr. Road over there, okay? What the? Hey, wake up, you! I'm terribly sorry that she's being so rude, Mr. Edgeworth. No need for you to apologize. I just find it hard to believe she's asleep on the job. If I were her boss, I'd see to her that the salary was cut so low it was in the red. Damn, you solve everything with salary cuts. How did you find your meal to be, Mr. Edgeworth? Come to think of it, I forgot all about it. I must have been asleep or something. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Let me prepare you something right away. What are you apologizing for, Mr. Nero? I failed in my professional duties by letting a passenger go hungry. Please help yourself. If you see anything to your fancy, feel free. I think I'll take my time later after I've solved this case. Thanks. Mr. Blanc seems to be protecting the gargantuan vase on the chair rather closely. It's a marvelous vase, though, isn't it? Yes, I dare say, as a professional flight attendant. I don't think there's any real connection between a piece of art and being an attendant. But I'm not just any old attendant. I'm a professional flight attendant. As though there was such a thing as an amateur flight attendant. That's what I'm saying! I'll wait until later to talk to you. It's a movie poster for License to Love, Laugh, Maim and Murder. That's a Go You Airlines sponsored movie. It's a suspense, hard-boiled action, romance, horror, comedy flick. Is that the genre listing for this thing? Yes, it's a movie that can be enjoyed by anyone because it encompasses all those genres. I can't even begin to imagine what the plot would be. But you have to admit it has piqued your curiosity, right? I heard the main strategy with the genre listing was to make people curious. Well then, consider the mission a successful one. This was Mr. Hicks' seat. I don't see the machine Mr. LeBlanc was talking about. Perhaps it's in the elevator? Maybe. We should probably head down to the crime scene now. Fine.
Hurry up and investigate. Time should not be wasted. Precious is human time, is how you say, I believe.
It's my seat. Unfortunately, I didn't bring anything particularly useful for an investigation. It's not as if I'm constantly prepared for such a thing to occur. I'd hope not. Ah, that's right, I was in the middle of recreating a chess game. Just an observation, but aren't there too many red knights around that lonely blue pawn? This keeps happening! In his office he has the same thing. He also has a chessboard with way too many red knights around a single blue pawn. It's like he really just wants to recreate a scene where he's somehow cornering Phoenix. Nonsense, it simply shows that a blue pawn is no match for the red knight's might. Sure, keep telling yourself that, Edgeworth. Keep telling yourself that. Truly incredible. If I may have a word with you. This mistake is so much awesome. It's great to hear, however, I would like to ask you a few questions. What here? Whom I wouldn't know. Eat or speak, please pick one. I think he chose to eat. Yes, I can hear that. You know what, I don't even feel like talking to him. March 12th. What is this fucking flight? Edgeworth, how unfathomably rich are you? What the fuck is this plane? This is ridiculous. Why is it organized like this? I want to thank you for your help back there, Mr. Nero. It was nothing. You should thank the captain for granting you permission. And just so everything is perfectly clear, I still don't trust you. You standing with me hasn't changed one iota. I see. I'll bear that in mind. I received an order from the captain earlier. He wanted you to know that we reserve the right to stop your investigation if we feel you're not making progress. And when we do, he asked that you please return to your seat at that time. So my time runs out at his and his crew's discretion, does it? I have to find a way to discredit Mr. LeBlanc's testimony before time's up. I understand. By the way, is there any place you can think of where the killer might hide on board? I don't think so. After every first-class passenger was accounted for at his or her seat, we made a thorough search for the plane. As for business and economy class, no one can move between those two classes in first class without a staff keycard. And we found no record of a keycard being used at all. Which means that I have a first-class killer on my hands. At least I know that much for sure. And one other thing. No one else has been allowed near this crime scene since the murder was discovered either. Now then, let's get started. But where should we start from? Let's start with Mr. LeBlanc's statements. The crime occurred between 6 AM and 6:15 AM. During that time, the only person in the lounge was myself, which would make me the prime suspect. However, since I did not kill Mr. Hicks, it means that the killer was around somewhere. If we are to believe what you say, that is true, yes. The first order of business will be to gather information to win your trust. There's some spilled grape juice in front of the elevator. I assume it was spilled during the turbulence. Oh, we must clean that up or someone might get hurt. Aha! What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? I found some very important evidence. What is the important piece of evidence in this case? It's the footprints.
Take that!
What is it? They're a little smudged, but I think we can both agree they're a set of footprints. So you think? Yes, these belong to our killer. Ooh, then maybe we should check the shoe sizes of everyone in first class. I don't think they'll be of any help to us. Unfortunately, the prints are too smudged. It will make it hard to get a definitive match. Oh, I see. Pity that a bronze statue knows not when good drink has been spilled at its feet. This is a statue of our founder, Mr. Hugo Hughes. Mr. Hugo Hughes. Still cannot tell what the point is. Who was a big fan of grape juice. I'm sure he would be thrilled if he knew so much grape juice was here at his feet. Is that a hint of hero worship I detect? Glasses and candles thrown into disarray by the turbulence. It's been a while since I've seen this big of a mess. It's terribly embarrassing, but I thought it was an earthquake for a second. And I frantically started searching for gas valves to shut off. And I guess the shaking of the plane was bad enough to be mistaken for a real earthquake. Not that I would know, since I was unconscious for most of it. This toppled over chair, yet another victim of the turbulence. Ah, no! Look at all the grape juice staining the back! It may not look it, but this chair was extremely valuable. It was? Yes, it was used when the Rocker Pals came to tour this plane. The Rocker Pals leaders sat in this chair. I'm sorry, but what are these Rocker Pals? I can't believe you've never heard of them. They're all the rage. The Rocker Pals are an extremely popular international band. They added the Pals part to their name to become more popular, especially among teens. Ah, that explains it. I'm not really one for the music of today. Maybe I should ask Detective Gumshoe about him later. On second thought, I can already see how confusing the conversation would get. What or who is this? This is a bronze statue of the founder of Turnabout Airlines, Mr. Hugo Hughes. The one on the left is when he was in his 40s, and the other one is when he was in his 80s. Did the man age at all over those 4 decades? Maybe I need to squint more. I think that's really funny. It's the same fucking statue. We're not gonna mention the fucking hat. These counter windows offer a glimpse of the sky, but the clouds, they tell me nothing. Mr. Edgeworth, you look like you're talking to the clouds. Is that so? Then tell me, what do you suppose I said to them? I don't know, but it looked like a rather one-sided conversation. The clouds, they tell me nothing. Edgeworth, that is one of the weirder things you have done. This grand piano is the pride of this plane. It can play the music of whatever CD we insert into the CD drive. That's not a piano, it's more like an overgrown music box. Ah, but its keys that press along with the music, as though there were really someone playing it. Some people have entirely too much money to waste on overly complex toys. Edgeworth, you are in this plane. You do not have any right to speak. There are a few copies of Sky magazine in the magazine rack. This month's special is an English trivia quiz. That's not a bad idea. I've heard that the youth of today don't know a particle from a particle. Now, don't get around confusing people with made-up words, Mr. Edgeworth. Who's ever heard of such a silly word as participle? Case in point. Particle from participle. Nice. Wait, you say participle from particle? No, particle from a participle, yeah. She doesn't know what a participle is. These bottles and glasses must have been broken by the turbulence. There's quite a bit of broken glass here. Please be careful when passing through this area. Thank you very much for the warning, Mr. Edgeworth. However, no matter how kind you are towards me, know that it does not clear up any suspicion I have about you. I wasn't warning you for the sake of clearing my name. Good God. This door leads to the flight attendant's room. But please understand that it's off limits to unauthorized personnel. The room is giving off the scent of women's perfume. One would think that perfume would smell great, however, to me it simply smells. Not that I have any interest in what lies beyond this door. Perhaps we should return to the investigation, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth? Sorry, I spaced out for a second there. Edgeworth, what the fuck are you on about? President. What floors does this elevator service? Only the first and second, although it can also go down to the cargo hold. However, that requires a flight crew keycard. So the only floors accessible to the passengers are the first and second, huh? I won't rest. Yeah, I know. You won't rest until you've inspected the nook and cranny. There's something sticking out of his pocket. I hope he won't mind if I take a look at what's inside. It's a picture. It looks like it was taken inside a building somewhere. I'm sorry, why was he in front of a thwomp? No, bro was in front of a Donkey Kong Country tiki tower. That's crazy. Don't stand in front of those for too long, or they're gonna jump down and try to crush you. What is this sinister-looking figure on the floor here? That's a piggy bank for our company mascot, Captain Hugo. Oh, okay, I realize the joke now. Hugo. And then the company's called Go You. Haha. It's just one of the many pieces of merchandise we sell at our in-flight shop. This banky is a limited edition and is so popular that we're down to our last one. You have an in-flight shop? Yes, it's just beyond the lounge to the right. The shutter to the store is closed at the moment, but it was open the whole flight up until Mr. Hicks's body was discovered. There's blood on here. Could this have been the murder weapon? I wonder what was hanging off his lanyard. Something's missing from this picture. Now if I could just put my finger on it. I doubt anyone was expecting to find a dead body in an elevator on this flight. So Mr. Hicks, he's really dead? Yes. She's trembling, although I can't fault her for that when there's a corpse out in front of her. Mr. Hicks, if you're really dead, then please answer yes. I see she's over the trembling now, although a few symptoms seem to have myopia. Anyway, I should focus on the victim's body. Let's see. There's blood on the back of Mr. Hick's head. Could this be the cause of death? He appears to have been struck very hard. Even his glasses are broken. I'm just connecting. Yeah. A statue with blood on it laying next to a body of a man who was beaten to death. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, I think I figured something out. Yes? What is it? The way the blood is on this, it looks like it matches up with the wound on his head. Well, aren't we deserving of the Master of the Obvious title? Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? Don't you think that's worth investigating? It would appear that this figurine is our murder weapon. Oh, I just knew it. I mean, I can't think of any better connection. Perhaps Master of the Obvious would be more... Master of the Oblivious would be more fitting. Okay, well, that's that. Money is strewn around all over the floor of the elevator. I would guess it was all in Mr. Hick's wallet at some point. There's no grape juice residue on the soles of his shoes, making it highly unlikely that Mr. Hicks entered the elevator after the turbulence. Let's make a deduction about this thing. Yes, it is. Eureka! Mr. Hicks's machine is nowhere to be found. His machine? His cell phone, Mr. Tenero. Ah, so I guess because it's not here. Yes, I think we can safely deduce that the killer took it. Cool. Any more deductions? Perhaps if we connect these two? No, not quite. Not exactly a shining example of the perfect line of logic. Yikes. I didn't even notice. The in-flight shop is just beyond these shutters, but we don't have permission to open them, so I'm afraid I must leave them closed. There must still be clues to be found here in this lounge. I must remain ever vigilant. Alright, I am drawing a blank. Are you in need of assistance? Oh yeah, I just need to still talk to her. Mr. Nero, I'd like to ask you about the investigating the lounge. As long as you have the captain's permission, I can't stop you from looking around. If you could pass a message along, tell him I'm grateful for his spirit of cooperation. I will. However, please realize that you are still under suspicion. To be honest, I still have my doubts about you. Of course, and I take no offense. Do you really understand what I'm saying? Yes, verily. Do you pinky swear you do, on your honor as a professional prosecutor? I pinky swear I do, on my honor as a professional prosecutor. Well, I guess that settles that. I feel my honor as a man slowly diminishing. About the victim. I was wondering if you noticed anything, Mr. Nero. Yes, I can't help but notice the sad atmosphere in here. Yes, it is a rather tragic scene. I'll say, robbing the poor man after bludgeoning him to death. Talk about rubbing in the salt. I can't forgive someone who would do this to a passenger of mine. I swear as a professional flight attendant that I will capture the culprit with my own hands. And I promise as a prosecutor to solve this case with logic and deduction. I shall go over all the leads I've collected so far one more time. The key to solving this lies at the intersection of my logic and the evidence. It says Go You Airlines. And you know, I've seen it occur a lot recently and it's been bothering me greatly. But why do some brands think it's acceptable to simply smash two words together and call it a day? Honestly, I'm so on board with that idea. It's such a stupid thing. It's just like putting I in front of any word and then calling that an excellent brand for technology. The iMattress, the iPhone, the iPad, the iPod, the iScreen, the iPen. Fucking iFunny was a thing. I cannot believe that was a thing. There's some blood on one of the corners. Could this piggy bank be the murder weapon? Well, yes, we can't establish that. Anything else? Doesn't look like it. Oh, wait. I suppose this is where you insert your coins. I have to say, for a piggy bank, it's made rather well. So well, in fact, that I'm not sure there's any way to take your money out. Okay. There's no money whatsoever inside his travel wallet. Grape juice stains the outer corner. The outer cover. True, it was I who dropped it in the juice, however, I didn't do it of ill intentions. Okay, so that's 6 study. Was murdered. Was a movie. There were drinks right before then. Right. God, I love this man's design. It's so bad. Pause. I'm back. I just ate lunch. Okay. Notice anything? Did you notice anything? I was wondering whose footprints those are next to the elevator. I'd say the killer's, wouldn't you say? Even if they aren't, I'm sure they are a vital clue to solve in this case. Ooh, maybe there are other clues waiting to be found in other places. Come on now, Mr. Edgeworth, let's go find them together. A word of advice, nobody likes a credit thief, so stop stealing my lines. Even if you show that to me, I still cannot allow you free rein. I'm sorry, but I must admit that I still have my doubts about you. Guilty than proven innocent, I see. You should tell me about this guy. Okay, okay. Cool, nothing. I feel like I've looked over everything. What else do I still need to do? Let's try to get some logic. Alright. True, there wasn't anyone else in the lounge other than myself right before the turbulence. But if the killer was in the elevator along with the victim, then it's a different story. I have it. I'm sorry, but I don't understand, Mr. Edgeworth. I can prove that someone other than myself was here around the time of the murder. What? Really? Yes, it's rather simple, actually. The proof is in the pudding, or rather, the grape juice in this case. These footsteps here confess to me this very fact, that someone exited the elevator alive. Seeing as how the victim is dead, that would mean a second person. But couldn't the footprints be from Mr. Hicks himself? But if you take a look at our victim's shoes, you can see the soles are spotless. Which means Mr. Hicks wasn't alone in the elevator. In fact, it's quite the opposite. There was actually one other person inside the elevator. What's going on over there? Scrap this, the fuck this.
Unforgivable, this is unforgivable. You understand what I'm saying? The movie is mint. It is on the same level of bad as if the plane arrived late.
But the movie...
I will not talk to you anymore. You are just wasting my time.
What is the matter, Mr. LeBlanc? If there is no emergency, please return to your seats.
Do not tell me what it is. I do not need a sit down. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, did you prove your innocence yet?
If you would like, I will prove my innocence to you right now.
What nonsense. Are you saying my eyewitness testimony is mistaken?
Not mistaken, merely that there is room for doubt. I'd be most honored if you could please tell me what you saw in detail once more.
Fine, suit yourself.
This man has piercing blue eyes.
I'm certain I saw Mr. Hicks enter that elevator. It was when the needles on my pocket watch pointed to the 6 and the 12. The body was discovered 15 minutes after that in the lounge. And you, the only person in the lounge at the time, must be the criminal.
Mr. LeBlanc's conclusions seemed to make logical sense. After all, the only person in the lounge at the supposed time of the murder was me.
So, my eyewitness testimony. If you think you can destroy it, then come on, let's see. Hurry. You look like a man who's having the time to wait for you.
Why is he so irritated? I'm the one accused of murder here. Anyway, I must find a way to discredit Mr. LeBlanc's account somehow, and fast.
Hold it!
Mr. LeBlanc, were you able to get a good look at the inside of the elevator at that time?
Of course I saw what was inside.
And you are sure that the victim was in the elevator alone?
Yes, the only person inside was that Mr. Hicks man.
This last outburst is a bit too important to let go.
Objection!
Mr. LeBlanc,
What is it?
there's a very glaring contradiction in your testimony.
What do you mean?
Please take a look at the area in front of the elevator. There, at the spilled grape juice.
Yes, and will you make you spill it with blood?
No, it spilled itself during the turbulence. But the interesting thing here is the set of grape juice footprints.
Footprints?
Yes, the ones that lead from within the elevator out into the lounge itself. It's evidence that proves that someone other than Mr. Hicks exited the elevator alive.
Proof.
There must have been another person in the elevator with Mr. Hicks. Now then, I'm done playing games. Why don't you tell us the truth?
Stuff for it.
Can you please translate for us? No way, that's totally impossible, I guess is what he said.
No way, that's totally impossible. I know there was no other person there. I saw it with my own eyes.
If you want to know what I think, Mr. Edgeworth, I don't think Mr. LeBlanc is lying to us. I suppose she's right, he doesn't seem to be lying. But then, what does it mean? What about this contradiction? Mr. LeBlanc, please, just once more, will you recall the exact details of what you witnessed for me?
I was very upset when Mr. Hicks passed my seat. I was always checking the time over and over again. I happened to follow that man with my eyes when he passed me, and I saw clearly into the elevator he was entering. But I swear there was no one else inside, no one.
Mr. LeBlanc, if you would please calm down.
What? Do you two have an interest? Have an issue with my eyewitness testimony?
No, not at all. Please forget I said anything. Yet again, he doesn't appear to be lying. But I can't let his testimony stand as a truth. Why are you sweating bullets, buddy?
Hold it!
Why? So, are you still upset now?
I'm always upset. The only time I'm not is when I have a piece of art in my hands.
It's surprisingly easy to believe that about him.
And I was even more upset when Mr. Hicks walked by me.
Hold it!
Why were you so attentive to the time?
Because something unforgivable was happening.
Come to think of it, you were yelling about something unforgivable earlier.
I was giving a play to attend about the movie's starting time. Return me back my time in money. You understand the point?
Movie? Is he talking about the in-flight one that's mentioned in the magazine? A summary of the plot and its starting time. Interesting.
They were supposed to show License to Love, Laugh, Maim and Murder. I cannot see that movie in my country. You can only see it on international flights. I looked forward greatly to that movie. I checked my pocket watch whenever possible to make sure I would not miss it. I even set my pocket watch to the destination time when I came on board. So my watch is not wrong. It matched the schedule. But the movie is still late, very, very late.
Your pocket watch. I'd like to ask you a little more about it, if it's alright.
The movie I wanted to see would not start, so I checked my pocket watch many times.
Hold it!
So this movie you mentioned, is it the one listed in the Sky magazine?
Yes. I was so looking forward to watching License to Love, Laugh, Maim and Murder.
Mr. Nero, was this movie shown on this flight? Yes, it was shown at the scheduled time. Isn't it possible you simply slept through it by accident?
Nonsense, you doubt me?
No, now stop pointing at me like that. Odd, how did he miss a movie that he was clearly hoping to see?
I checked my pocket watch a great number of times. Damage I know for sure. My watch was set to my destination time. I always set it when I board the plane.
Hold it!
You're sure about what you just testified, Mr. LeBlanc?
Yes, of course, I'm a very busy man. I am immediately busy when I land. I have many places to go and no time to waste adjusting my pocket watch.
I see. That was a very valuable statement you just made.
Flatter me all you want, but you'll get not 1 cent out of me.
That's all right. All I require is this piece of testimony. Ah, there we go.
Objection!
Fucking dumbass. Mr. LeBlanc, you just said this just now in your testimony.
I even set my pocket watch to destination time when I came on board.
Now, if your watch has been set to our destination's time zone, it would mean that your watch is displaying the time of our destination.
Yes, and the correct time is worth it 6 cents.
I would like you to take a look at this. If you believe this Sky magazine, clocks on this flight run in accordance with the time of our departure time zone. Of course, the movie schedule was also created with that in mind. Mr. Nero, for confirmation's sake, what time zone is this flight aligned to right now? Well, we made a short stop at a transfer point. That's right, it was in that small Asian country, the Republic of Zhengfa. But we didn't readjust our onboard clocks at that time. So right now, we are still running on Borginian time.
What?
The time difference between Borginia and our destination is 9 hours. In that case, it's only natural for your watch to be out of sync with the schedule.
What?
Further, along with your analog watch set to our destination's time, it would appear to be running 3 hours fast when compared to the flight's onboard clocks. It also changes everything about your testimony, and you can bet 1,000,000 cents on that. In light of this information, it means you saw Mr. Hicks 3 hours prior, at 3 a.m.
1,000,000 cents.
Where's the wind coming from? This should clear up all of the remaining accusations. So this basically widens the time frame for the time of death, right? Yes, because Mr. LeBlanc saw the victim enter the elevator at 3 a.m. It means that the time of death could be anywhere from 3 to 6:15 a.m. The question now is where Mr. Hicks during that span of time. Where was Mr. Hicks during that span of time, and what he was doing?
I've got something to say.
And you are?
Yeah, I met chamomile.
Like chamomile, chamomile.
I'm a flight attendant.
And what is it you wish to say?
Well, I think your story is a little different from how I remember it.
What do you mean, Cammy?
I saw Mr. Hicks sitting in his seat at 5 a.m., you know.
What? How can you be so sure of the time?
Oh, that's right, he pushed his call button while we were parked at a transfer point.
Ah, the stop we made for refueling and cargo transfer in Zhengfa, correct?
Yes,
It was from 4 to 5 a.m. according to our clocks. And during that time, did any of the passengers leave or did any new ones board this flight?
nope.
Not a single person got off or on in Zhengfa. What about the flight crew?
Well, a few who were handling the cargo transfer might have temporarily gotten on or off, but eventually everyone, including Cammy and myself, came back on the plane.
So basically, I can assume that no one left or got on since our initial takeoff. Interesting. I should keep that in mind.
Yeah, and I answered his call. I can tell you Mr. Abby Hicks was there in his seat when we took off again at 5 a.m.
Alright, then that puts the time of murder between 5 and 6:15 a.m.
Okay, now what time did you come down to the lounge, Mr. Edgeworth?
I remember coming down here almost as soon as we left the Republic's Zhengfa.
You were here the whole time from 5, yes? You are the only one who could be the killer.
Mr. Edgeworth, were you really here in this lounge the entire time from 5 a.m. onwards? Unfortunately, yes.
But then, how do we explain the footprints?
Is it not that obvious? This man waited for Mr. Hicks in his lounge, waited to kill him, and then he put the corpse in the elevator. That is when the turbulence happened. My eyewitness testimony may have been mistaken, but the time I saw Mr. Hicks enter the elevator to the second floor does not matter. Because the entire incident concluded here in the lounge.
Everything happened in this lounge. Is that what you really believe, Mr. LeBlanc?
Do you have another idea?
I simply feel that there is something out of place in the scenario you presented. Is there something that can tie this crime to a location other than this lounge?
Take that!
Yes. The murder weapon, this little piggy bank, is sold at the in-flight shop. It is sold there and only there, and is not displayed here in this lounge. How then did it find its way here? Don't you find that a tiny bit suspicious?
Such a trivial point. It only means you prepared it, taking it from the shop first before coming here. It doesn't prove you're innocent at all.
Is there no way to win with this man?
If I may.
What is it?
You see, well, it's just as Mr. Edgeworth says.
Oh, and why do you know this so well?
Well, it's just that piggy bank was there in the shop. I saw it with my own eyes.
And when was this?
It was maybe around 5:40 a.m.
Isn't that just before we hit that patch of turbulence?
That's right.
You were in the shop just before the turbulence?
Yes, I was.
Come to think of it, Mr. Nero, when I found a body, I believe you came out of that door.
Yes, I did.
And what is beyond that door?
That's the flight attendant's room.
You're on the first floor?
Yes. I had to do something at the shop and in the flight attendant's room, so I went to the shop first and then to the flight attendant's room.
Are you saying you passed by me at some point?
Yes, you seemed really into the issue of Sky magazine you were reading at the time.
I don't suppose you noticed me walking by? I vaguely recall someone walking by, but I didn't take notice of who it was. Anyway, the piggy bank was definitely there at the shop when I went there.
Why'd you go to the shop in the first place?
I went there for a work-related matter.
Work, you say?
Yes, the upkeep of the shop is also one of my responsibilities.
Why did you not say anything about that until now? What I wanted to know.
In any case, I believe it's clear the shop needs to be investigated as well. Shall we head over there then? Hold it.
Hold it.
What is it now?
Aren't you forgetting something, Miss Rhoda? Don't you need the captain's permission to check the shop?
No, I haven't forgotten. But I have already asked him for permission to search the entire plane. So I think we're alright.
Huh? That's weird.
What is?
Well, I just talked to the captain, see? And he said that he didn't give you permission to do anything like that at all.
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Nero?
It means she's lying. Go on, admit that you are. You said you had permission to search all over, but you don't. And yet, here you are.
You flight attendant, what are you trying to do? Pull a sheep over us?
Captain's calling for you, Miss Rhoda. But don't worry. I already got permission to search the shop from the captain. See, unlike you, I do things the right way.
Mr. Nero, why would you do such a thing? Please excuse me.
Looks like I get to be in charge now. Please go back to your seat, Mr. LeBlanc. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you would follow me, I'll be your guide from now on.
There's something about Mr. Nero that has piqued my curiosity. But right now, investigating the in-flight shop is my top priority.
Oh, I'm really mad. You'd better hurry and bring me some evidence.
If you could just wait a little longer while I look into the shop.
Don't number the birds before they are born.
Don't number the... what? I have no idea what he's trying to say. Don't count your chickens before they hatch, perhaps? All I ask is of your patience and cooperation. Away we go. March 12th, 8:32 a.m. First floor, in-flight shop. Ay. So this is the in-flight shop. It's quite a mess in here.
You think? Guess I'll have to clean things up then.
Hold it. You can't clean up a potential crime scene.
Oh, thank goodness. I hate cleaning so much.
I mustn't rush things here. I must remain calm, cool, and collected. Because this piggy bank was left at the crime scene. There's a very good chance that the killer had paid this place a visit. What are these?
Oh, those are a company's completely original line of suitcases. They're practically flying out the door. That's how popular they are. You should buy one and see how you like it. You won't regret it.
Perhaps that's how things work on this flight, but in the real world you try, then buy.
No way. But either way, it doesn't really matter.
True, either way, why would anyone buy a suitcase after they've boarded the plane?
Anyway, see that? Just look at all the Captain Hugo heads painted on there. Cute company mascot, isn't he? They're painted on with a lot of care. Doesn't he look like he's about to jump at you?
It certainly is making something jump inside my stomach.
Oh, I guess there's no fooling your refined tastes. You look like you really wanted to get one, and I thought I was going to finally make my first sale, but you saw right through it. Glad that's done though. Never make me try to give you a sales pitch again, okay?
But I never showed any interest in it to begin with.
It really is pretty horrible, isn't it? You want to know something? This suitcase was designed by Miss Rhoda.
Miss Tenero designed this.
Yeah, it was a company-wide contest.
And, well, it does have very sharp design sense.
Sharp? More like stinky sharp cheddar, maybe. I really have no idea why the bigwigs decided to go with it. It's so blah.
Miss Tenero designed this, did she? It's definitely not what I would have expected. Huh.
You okay?
I'm fine. Please watch yourself, Miss Mew. Letting a suitcase freely roll around has got to be a safety violation.
Here, I'll put it back.
Beautiful flowers in a beautiful arrangement. I feel clenched just by looking at them.
Well, you're kinda stepping on a few of them, you know, Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh, excuse me. And I'll go right back to it. Inside this display case is a row of lifesavers and life vests for sale.
We sell a lot of those when there's some kind of accident or something. But some people buy them even when nothing's going on. How about it, Mr. Edgeworth? Care to buy one?
I sense that this shop is one shopper away from being sued. There are all kinds of luxury name brand merchandise for sale in this display case, and they're lined up in just such a manner as to scream "Buy me" to any passers-by. Stuffed toys, just like the one Miss Meal is holding, are on display here. They're relatively cheap, which explains why they're displayed so haphazardly.
How about it, Mr. Edgeworth? You know you want one too. They're great for when you're stressed.
Why do I envision stuffed animal abuse when she says that? The glass from this display case's door is shattered all over the floor. It looks like there's nothing on display inside either. Wait, actually, I think there's something. What is this? A mini captain's hat? There's a wide selection of souvenirs for sale in these display cases.
You know what I'd suggest?
Sorry, but I have no intention of buying souvenirs on this trip.
Okay, then how about you buy something for me then, as a present?
I can't think of a single reason why I'd want to buy you anything.
But I've had my eye on that pendant for such a long time.
Try paying some attention to me when I ask you something, and then we'll talk. Damn. Harsh negotiator.
I don't know much about this shop, but you can still ask me about whatever.
So what do you think about what has happened regarding this case?
Oh, I don't know, but I guess you're still the... I guess I think you're the killer, though, Mr. Edgeworth.
I can assure you that I'm here in this shop to prove just the opposite.
Yeah, but it was me that got you permission to look around. You know. So don't forget that, okay?
How am I supposed to thank you properly if you insist on falling asleep?
Well, you know, to really show your thanks, you see that item for sale over there?
Sorry, but you're going to have to make do with my words of appreciation.
Mr. Rhoda said this piggy bank was in the shop, right? Don't you find her a tiny bit suspicious?
I don't think I can say either way yet. There's not enough evidence to convince me that she was lying about anything back there.
Are you sure about that? So what is that? Are you gonna give it to me? Oh, but I'm not supposed to accept any presents. Unless they're really worth something. Oh, I'd love to have this piece of jewelry. Can I have it?
No, you may not. It's a prosecutor's badge.
Oh, pooey. Why'd you show it to me?
I wanted to prove to you that I really am a prosecutor. And that it's not possible for a prosecutor like me to commit a crime such as... I see I'm just wasting my time with Cousin Hare here. My ears popped and I can hear myself so strongly inside my own head. Yeah, I'm not gonna be anything.
Like I said earlier, I was the one answering people's calls while we were refueling in Shangfai. And Mr. Hicks was in his seat at that time.
What time was that again?
He called at around 5 AM. You were at your seat around then too.
I do recall people calling for service at around that time. Even if this turns out to be a waste of time, I must stand firm. I just know that there's a vital clue or two awaiting me in the shop. The hat probably used to be on the piggy bank's head. Let's go and give it a see. I believe this piggy bank was forcibly removed from this display case. Does this mean that the killer broke the glass to get at it?
Huh? Really?
Don't tell me you don't know what things go where in the shop.
Well, I don't. Miss Rhoda's in charge of this place. So come on, how would I know anything?
I sense that further inspection of this place case is needed. Yes, I know, Edgeworth. You will not rest. The glass on this door is broken. Perhaps it was the killer who broke it in order to take the piggy bank. But it's a bit odd that the inside of the case is so devoid of glass shards. Plus, the glass broke rather quickly.
Ah!
What is it?
I touched the glass and it cut my finger. It hurts, Mr. Edgeworth, it hurts.
Please tell me you can deal with such a minor cut on your own. This is the same man as the one portrayed by the statues around the elevator.
Yeah, that's a paperweight of the founder of GoU Airlines, Mr. Hugo Hughes. On the bottom shelf we have the cute one, the middle shelf is the realistic one, and on the top shelf, that's the floral version.
Floral? Are you sure about that? Let me guess, you just said the first thing that came to your mind, right? Looks like you hit the bullseye. For security, there's a lock on the display case. Miss Meal, if I may ask you about this lock.
the only one in charge of the shop is Miss Rhoda, so she's got the keys to all the display cases.
I see.
Oh, but if you want to buy something, do you want me to go get the key from her?
No, that's quite alright. GoU Airlines related books line on the shelf. The history of GoU Airlines, the future of GoU Airlines, the 7 wonders of GoU, fight on GoU Airlines, working name UGO Airlines, you go you, hot. The titles make it very clear they won't be making the top sellers list anytime soon.
Eureka!
There's definitely something very unusual about this.
About what?
If the killer had broken the glass to get at the Captain Hugo Bank, there should be shards of glass inside the case itself.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I guess it'd be like that.
However, there's not a single piece of glass inside the display case,
Nope, no, there isn't.
which means that the glass was broken from the inside out. The piggy bank must have fallen over from the turbulence and right through the glass.
Yeah, that's for sure. There's so much glass all over the floor.
I'm willing to bet that his hat was knocked off its head at that time too.
Eh? That's nice.
Which leads me to believe that the killer took the Captain Hugo Bank from here after the turbulence. Take your power naps on your own time, Miss Mule, and listen to what I'm talking.
What?
But the murder occurred before the turbulence, which rules his piggy bank out as the murder weapon.
So you mean the bank's not the real murder weapon? It's a fake?
Yes, at this point that's a very real possibility.
But then what if the killer went to take Captain Hugo? They broke the glass by accident.
The display case is locked, so that's highly unlikely.
Yeah, but there's one person who could have.
Oh, and who would that be?
Miss Rhoda, of course. I mean, she's the one in charge of this place, so she has the keys to everything.
Miss Rhoda Tornero, huh? Whoop, I'm back. Okay, where did I leave off? Oh yeah, right, that I wanted to investigate this, but I have no idea. Does glasses break because of the turbulence or suitcase? Who knows? Let's see. Not quite. What about the suitcase? Okay, yeah, we can assume it maybe rolled around, but like, what does that mean? Yes, there's definitely something wrong here.
What's with the sudden yelling?
Tell me, Miss Meal. I keep saying Miss Steele. Miss Meal, don't you think there's something strange about these suitcases?
Oh, well, sure, they totally ooze strange. Like the color and such.
That's not what I'm talking about. Now pay attention.
Ah, you're scaring me, Mr. Edgeworth.
Sorry. These suitcases are lined up a bit too prim and proper.
Yeah, they look a bit uptight, don't they? But I guess they take after their creator.
Again, that's not what I meant, Miss Meal. Don't you find it unusual that these cases are the only thing disturbed by the turbulence? Never mind, I'd sooner find an answer by inspecting these suitcases myself. Upon closer inspection, they really are quite hideous. I wonder how Miss Rhoda would have reacted if she'd heard what you just said. What's wrong? She makes a good point. It would be wise of me to watch what I say out loud. What's this? I've spotted something that's not quite right. What's so unusual about this suitcase?
Take that!
Something very peculiar about these wheels. As in? As in, there are no stoppers in place on these. Without stoppers, one would think that the turbulence would have sent it flying. And so it is very likely that the suitcase was placed here after the turbulence had hit. Let's take a closer look, shall we? What's this? The wheel is completely covered in something. This color and this scent. It appears the substance in question is grape juice. But why would there be juice on the wheel of a suitcase? This was apparently designed by Miss Tenero herself. The design has a certain je ne sais quoi about it. Yes, perhaps that is the best way to put it. A $1,200 price tag. Not exactly priced by someone with a conscience, I'd say. It would appear to be unlocked. Let's take a look at what's inside. A piece of cloth. And it's soaked with blood.
Ah! It's blood!
It appears that this suitcase is very strongly tied to a murder after all.
So explain this to me. What does a suitcase have to do with the murder?
I believe it's pretty safe to say that the killer used this suitcase in some manner. Such as to move something, perhaps?
Aren't you just talking about the cloth then?
That alone is too small. A larger item would be needed to move what I'm thinking of. The thing I believe the killer used this suitcase to transport is... I suppose the...
Take that!
Miss Meal, wake up.
Did you say something just now, Mr. Edgeworth? I mean, I don't know, but I don't think that's it.
This? No, it's just seeing if you're awake. My real explanation begins now. Is she really asleep? Thing, I guess the phone?
Take that!
No. What? It would not be the body, would it? Oh my god, it's the body. That does not fit in the suitcase. I don't fucking believe it. Something that would fit inside a suitcase that is also covered in blood. Sounds like a dead body, doesn't it?
But...
In light of this, I'd say that Mr. Hicks was moved into the elevator from someplace else. Which means that the murder was committed in an entirely different location.
So you're saying that after moving the body into the elevator, the killer brought the suitcase in here and just left it?
Exactly. What is it?
Nothing, just that I was thinking about what Miss Rhoda said about coming here for something.
Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth. I wanted to give you a bit more time, but I'm afraid I wasn't able to convince the captain. I'm very sorry, Mr. Edgeworth, but the captain feels that he has allowed you ample time. He says that he'd appreciate it if you could wrap it up here and return to your seat. I understand his sentiments. However, if I'm not allowed to complete my investigation, the crime scene may become contaminated by the time we land. If I must stop, then I insist I be allowed to oversee the preservation of the two sites, under your supervision, of course.
If that's your only condition, then I believe we can accommodate your wishes. I'm here to assist you in any way that I can, Mr. Edgeworth. Sounds like fun. We can camp out and watch over everything together. I found proof that the real crime scene was not in the lounge, and I have enough evidence to prove myself to be innocent of any wrongdoing. And yet, regarding what Miss Meal reminded me about Mr. Nero, I can't allow my investigation to end here. The truth must come to light. Okay, we've actually landed now. I know that once we landed, I'm supposed to let the local police take over. Thanks to Mr. Nero and Miss Meal, I was able to observe the crime scene. But I just can't shake it. I wasn't able to talk with Mr. Nero in private. So I'm left wondering just what was she up to, and why did she do what she did? There must be a way for me to continue my investigation. The great revival theme is playing, the original one, so I'm pretty sure I know who this is. I've been expecting you, Miles Edgeworth. Yeah! Franziska, I thought you were still in Germany. I go where I am needed, and wherever there are criminals to be caught. Her name is Franziska von Karma, the daughter of my mentor Manfred von Karma. She, like myself, is a prosecutor. Are you heading up this case? It would be a bit of a relief if you are. Don't you try and flatter me, Miles Edgeworth. I'm placing you under arrest. What? It's quite frustrating, actually. I'd hoped to exact my revenge on you in a different venue, but I'll have to take what I can get. I never thought I'd see the day when a disciple of the House of Von Karma would become a criminal. Have you no shame? Wait, this has all been a misunderstanding. I didn't kill the victim. A misunderstanding? I heard all about the murder over the police radio from the captain himself. You waited for the victim on the first floor and beat him to death. Franziska, do you honestly believe that I killed the man? I suppose I should reserve judgment until after I have investigated this for myself. I can put your arrest on hold until then. That's as it should be. Ha! I don't need a lecture on how to perform my duties from you of all people. To be perfect in every way, the fulfillment of that creed is alone what I strive for. Fuck that up entirely. Well, I have my own creed, which I must fulfill, so why don't we solve this together? I have to get going. The crime scene awaits. Don't you dare leave town. Trust me, I had no intention to. Detective Gumshoe.
Yes, sir.
He's so big. Jesus Christ. I didn't realize it before, but like, goddamn, his sprite is like a full head bigger than both of theirs. Good God, what a himbo.
Too slow.
Ow!
Listen up, I'm leaving you in charge of watching this man. Don't mess up, understand?
Mr. Edgeworth, I'm supposed to guard him?
A simple yes or no, detective.
Ah, yes, sir. Understood, sir. You can just leave it up to me.
Miles Edgeworth, if you interfere with my investigation, I'll arrest you on the spot. Are we clear? Now then, if you'll excuse me.
Good to see you again, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Boy, am I glad to see you're okay.
Thank you, detective.
I believe in you, sir. You can lead on me. I'll get you through this.
I have to admit I'm a bit curious as to what Franziska is up to. Maybe I should ask the good detective. Very well, in that case I have a few questions for you. So how is the initial investigation going?
We just shipped the body off to the coroner's office. And we're taking statements now, sir.
That sounds like Franziska. Jolie was good at quick responses to the case.
I'd say she was a little too quick, sir.
Oh, how so?
I rushed on over as soon as I got word of the affair, sir. But somehow, when I got here, Miss Von Karma was already here barking out orders at everyone. It was kinda creepy, although she knew there had to be a murder or something. And I come in advance to wait your flight's arrival.
That is sort of odd. She did show up rather quickly, and out of the blue. Plus, I still don't know why she's here in America. There must be some backstory to all of this. Oh, was she here to see me? Was she here to greet Miles? You can say if you are, Franziska. You can say if you just missed your little brother. Even though he's older than you. And you're not related.
This one Karma just kinda popped up at the prosecutor's office about a week ago, sir. Something about chasing down leads related to a certain incident.
No details.
It's kinda top secret, so she can't talk about it, even with me, sir.
Knowing her, the only type of talking she likes to do is with her whip. Plus, I doubt the top secret part was what stopped her from talking to you, Detective. Although, I wonder if her case has anything to do with mine.
Anyway, that's about all the information I have, sir. We should find out more as we investigate.
Yes, it is high time to resume my investigation. Starting with talking to the people involved in this case afresh. This man wasn't first class with me. He was quite shaken up by the whole affair.
I'd be pretty scared too if I got caught up in a murder investigation, sir.
I did it. I made it to whole flight. I'm not scared of turbulence anymore. This life vest has proved I made it alive. It's now my prized possession. How could you just take that from the plane?
It's okay, Mr. Edgeworth. It's got nothing to do with the murder, at least.
It's still not a very nice thing to do. Looking from behind, I think I've seen this man somewhere before.
In Soviet Russia, red flag lunchboxes eat you.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Mr. Edgeworth, we gotta get in some water.
Found it. Lol. Oh, I feel a wave of creative powers coming on. It's over 9,000. Lols. For my next week move, it's gonna be the Steel Samurai Warrior of Neo Tokyo versus the World Samurai Champion of Earth. It's gonna be rocking so many boxes.
Phew, good thing it was a false alarm, right, Mr. Edgeworth?
So the Steel Samurai is finally getting a move.
Completely ignoring me as usual.
I only just realized who that is. That is fucking Sam O'Nella. The writer behind the Steel Samurai. He always speaks in lead speech. Good God. And why through all of that did Edgeworth just go, huh, okay, so there might be a new Steel Samurai movie coming on. This child seems to be happily enjoying the sight of so many planes.
I'm all excited to see this many planes too. Just look at the size of these things.
Do you like planes too, mister? The balance between the main wings and the tail wing is really something, huh?
It seems that this child derives his pleasure from a different aspect.
Oh, but I've also got a thing for the shape of the wings too.
Here, mister, you can stand next to me. So about that plane's wing.
Thank you, Detective, for leaving me out of this conversation.
So you must be the captain.
Why, yes, I am. And who might you be?
I am the prodigy prosecutor, Franziska von Karma, and I have a few questions for you. Don't you dare, Captain, getting friendly with another woman. I'll never forgive you if you do.
What are you talking about? I only have eyes for you, my dear Cammy. I wouldn't bet money on our dear captain to be much of a reputable person.
Sure you don't want to ask the captain some questions, sir?
He was in the cockpit the entire time. I highly doubt he would know anything of use. Anyway, I like to leave that type of witness to Franziska and a whip.
Ah!
We're gonna ignore that. The sounds of violence in the background. Also, Miles, you left your book and chess set in the plane. Good to see that LeBlanc is still angry at the dude here. Also, I do want to see. Where's the? Oh, did it? Ooh, okay, I didn't realize the. Okay, first of all, wait time. I didn't realize you cannot change the visual settings here. That's unfortunate. I do briefly want to see. Can I? There we go. Cool. I do want to see. I already saved. Don't worry. Cool, new items. I want to see what it looks like in the HD art style. Oh, yep. Excellent. I can see his face fully red now. Quite excellent. Yes. Also, goddamn Gumshoe, you have like. Where have I seen this exact like face structure before? I don't know where I've seen it, but I feel like it's like from some fucking meme that I've seen before.
Don't see here. Ah! Sorry. I'm sorry. Hello, give me to help me. It's impossible for me to be a criminal. I can't do.
Mr. LeBlanc.
Oh, it's you. Tell this man to stop stopping me from going. Time is money. I don't have even 1 second of wasteful time to spend.
Did you finish taking a statement yet?
Yep, all done, sir. I do not concern if you're not done examining the cargo hold. I want my cargo back. If you make a single scratch on my art, you will pay.
Art? What sort of art?
Mr. LeBlanc is an art dealer, so he's got a bunch of artwork down in the cargo hold, sir. There's practically a mountain of them, large and small. From folk costumes to stone statues, I said all kinds of art.
Folk costumes. Speaking of which, Mr. LeBlanc's hat. It kind of looks like that other piece of cloth. Indeed it does. Mr. LeBlanc, can you please take a look at this for me?
Oh, it's a Borginian cloth.
As I suspected, your hat is made of the same material, I suppose.
Yes, of course. This fabric is so famous, orders come from overseas for more.
Then, this is the cargo you were talking about earlier?
No. My cargo this time is much more gigantic. You, detective, where can I have my cargo moved? You can get your cargo back when we're done investigating, pal. The stubbornness of your police, it is no good. And it is no good your attendant refuses to exit the attendance room too.
The attendant? I wonder if he's talking about Mr. Nero. Yeah. I don't think we're gonna get much of that. But what about her? What did you mean by that attendant, Mr. LeBlanc?
She was taken into the attendance room for her interview. And then they still have not come out. They make no sign of coming out either. I was finished with my own interview much earlier, quicker than hot.
Why is Mr. Tenero's interview the only one that's taking up so much time?
Miles Edgeworth, you were given free rein to examine the plane, weren't you?
Yes, I was able to obtain the cooperation of the flight attendants. Speaking of attendants, I'd like to speak with Miss Tenero. I wonder if you might grant me permission to enter the flight attendant's room.
Before I do, you still have to clear up a few issues surrounding your own circumstances.
I understand.
You may have tricked those attendants with your sophisticated talking, but you can't pull the wool over my eyes, Miles Edgeworth. Let's not complicate things and go with the most obvious conclusion. The scene of the crime was here in this very lounge the body was discovered. From the time the victim was seen calling for a tenant until this body was found. The only person in this lounge the entire time was you, Miles Edgeworth. This unmistakably makes you the likeliest suspect.
The likeliest suspect, Franziska?
Do you have a problem with that?
No, but it's not like you to use such vague wording. You're usually a bit more absolute.
I'm simply trying to watch out for you. Or is my kindness too hard for you to comprehend?
Thank you, but your leniency is unnecessary, for I will prove my innocence soon enough. If I want to continue my investigation, I'll have to break her line of logic fast.
Objection!
It would appear that you did not have all the information you needed after all.
And what does that mean?
I found a nice piece of evidence just before I was forced to stop investigating. A piece that proves that the body was moved from a different location. The killer used a suitcase to move the victim's body, meaning that the real scene of the crime is not this lounge at all.
Objection!
Now who's the one vastly jumping to conclusions?
Excuse me.
All you did was find this piece of cloth inside the suitcase. That doesn't prove that the body was moved. It could be that the killer simply chose that suitcase as a good place to hide the cloth.
I expected you would come to that conclusion. It would seem I can't escape that easily.
You should know better than that. A Von Karma is perfect in every way.
I fucking love this theme! It's so arrogant. Like, is that a strange thing to say? Like, the theme is brimming with fucking arrogance. It's been used for like the most minor things of just saying, no, actually, I think I'm correct.
Objection!
No, I didn't even read that properly. I just clicked. Ah, but did you know that the killer definitely wheeled the suitcase around at some point?
Objection! As if there's proof of that.
Whereas the proof that the suitcase was moved around? Well, it's in the suitcase itself.
Take that!
All it takes is one look at this and you'll have your answer.
Indeed, I have my answer now. That you are an ignorant whippersnapper.
And you're just an unforgiving whipsnapper. The suitcase ended up in the in-flight shop, but where did it come from? The answer should become clear if I just think about the path the killer took. Right, okay, nope. I know it.
Take that!
The spilled grape juice in front of the elevator.
Yes, and I'd like to draw your attention to this area here.
Take that!
This mark here, wouldn't you say that it looks suspiciously like tracks from two wheels?
I suppose.
Further, there is also grape juice residue on the wheels of the suitcase. This means that the suitcase containing the victim's body definitely passed through here.
I suppose this means that the killer did move the victim's body from somewhere else.
I'm glad you've come to your senses.
Objection! Not so fast. This still doesn't put you in the clear, not by a long shot. You prepare yourself and acquire the piggy bank before the plane hits our turbulence, and then You waited for the victim in the lounge when you beat him to death. Then, while you were in the elevator with the victim's body stuffed in the suitcase, the plane hits a patch of turbulence and out flew the body from within the suitcase. With no way out, you hastily put the suitcase back where you had taken it from, and pretended to be the discoverer of the body.
Not a bad bit of logic for something you thought of on the fly.
Just what are you insinuating?
That I will show you exactly how flawed your logic is. No matter how strong of a face you put on, not even you can hide your fears from me. I'll expose the flaws in our logic in one fell swoop.
Objection!
The fact that you took this piece of evidence into account in your testimony is to be commended. Your legal prowess is certainly something to be feared.
Evidence and logic, essential tools that those that will stand in a courtroom must learn to master.
But what if there was a fake piece of evidence thrown into the mix?
A fake?
This Captain Hugo piggy bank is just a fake. It is not the real murder.
What?
The timing of when the bank was taken from the shop is important, and it was taken after the turbulence had occurred.
But then, what about the blood on the bank? What do you make of that?
I assume it was added after the murder when the killer fabricated this weapon. Looking at it this way, the killer basically did three things after the turbulence. After exiting the elevator, the killer brought the suitcase to the shop and left it there. Then the killer proceeded to pick the bank up from off the floor and took it to fabricate a fake murder weapon by hitting the victim on the head. Finally, the victim's wallet was planted on my personage, in my pocket to be precise. Everything was done so that I would be framed for the murder of Mr. Ackley Hicks.
You there!
Yes, ma'am.
Other than this piggy bank, was there anything else resembling a murder weapon found?
We didn't find anything in this lounge or in the shop that could be used as one, ma'am. Most of the items that could have been used were broken during the turbulence, and the remaining items all tested negative for any trace of blood.
I see. Well, Miles Edgeworth, it appears your stall tactics are at an end.
But it's possible it's just hidden somewhere, sir.
If the criminal had wanted to hide the weapon in the safer place, I'd think the weapon would have been hidden in the same place as the bloody cloth.
Exactly what I was thinking. Because the cloth was hidden inside that suitcase, it signals to me that the killer had not prepared a more secure place to hide the evidence. Which means that the real murder weapon is either still on the murderer's personage, or is still at the crime scene.
Objection!
Objection! There's but one more possibility.
And that would be...
that the piggy bank is in fact the real weapon.
But didn't we just...
Hold it. Let me finish. The killer took the bank out from the display case before the turbulence by opening the lock on the display case door. And it was at that time that the glass pane in the door was broken. I'd say that's a perfectly reasonable line of reasoning, wouldn't you say? Let's see. So that means that the killer had the key to the display case.
Franziska, the person you're talking about.
Not so fast, I'm not finished. The person I'm talking about also committed another sin. She tricked the captain and granted you permission to conduct your investigation. Yes, it is the sin of lying. Speaking of which, I recall you also wish to speak with her.
Yes.
Very well, permission granted. But only if I can sit in on your interrogation. Do we understand each other?
I have no intention of interrogating her. But you are welcome to accompany me if you so wish.
Miss Toneri is in the flight attendant's room. Let's move. So you're the one that poked around inside the plane without the captain's permission. Deviating from the flight attendant's manual is very unbecoming, you know. What were you hoping to accomplish by doing that?
Mr. Nero. Ah, Mr. Edgeworth, you're here too. Can you please help us understand and shed some light on why you did what you did? All right. Why did you lie about receiving the captain's permission like that? Because I didn't think I would be able to get his permission. What do you mean? The captain, he only has ears for Cammy. I spoke with the captain a little earlier myself. He definitely seems to be rather taken with Miss Meal. Yes, and on top of that, I had mistakenly accused Mr. Edgeworth of being the killer. I wanted to make amends. In that case, please allow me to thank you for what you did. Thanks to you, I was able to clear myself of all charges. Really? You were able to prove your innocence? Oh, thank goodness. Mr. Nero, is it? There is but one more thing I'd like to ask you. You were in the in-flight shop just before the turbulence, were you? Please answer honestly. Yes, I was. And why were you there? Well, Why the sudden hesitation? Franziska seems to have struck a nerve. All I did was go check up on the shop like I always do. You're saying it was for work then? Yes, I'm in charge of the shop, so I have to keep an eye on it. I don't have any reason to go there otherwise. After your visit to the shop, you paid a visit to this room, correct? Yes, I came back to freshen up and adjust my makeup. I'm sorry, but there isn't much else to tell. Mr. Nero claims to have no reason other than duty to go to the shop. But is that all there is to it? Maybe I should ask her about that thing. If you could please take a look at this for me, Mr. Nero. Oh, that suitcase. Yes, about the suitcase. You are the one who designed it, correct? And I think I figured something else out about it. This suitcase is the reason you went to the shop, isn't it? There's nothing you won't find out eventually, is there? Won't you please tell us more about this case? Yes, I was interested in seeing how the suitcase I had designed were selling. I know that as a service professional I'm not supposed to care, but I really wanted to know. And I'm glad to see that it was the last one there. The last one there. Important. So you're saying, Mr. Nero, that the suitcase in question was the last one? Yes, they're just so popular, they're practically flying off the shelves. That's not exactly the impression I got. The one in the shop is most definitely the last one. Well, we're currently looking at the suitcase. Really? Then I guess we sold all of them. Thank you very much for taking the last one. I didn't say anything about buying it. Then say you'll buy it. I'm sorry, I can't. But why? I think it'd go great with your complexion, Mr. Edgeworth. It really suits you. I guarantee it personally as a service professional. Well, that is... how should I put this? It's hideous. What? Maybe that was a bit too direct. Moving on, my issue with the suitcase isn't the design, it's a number of them remaining. Remaining? There were 2 suitcases in the in-flight shop when I investigated it. 2? But that's impossible. I'm sure there was only 1. Looks like her story has generated quite the contradiction. When I left the shop, I'm positive there was only 1 suitcase left. Something is amiss here. What could be the meaning of this inconsistency? By the way, Mr. Nero, what is one of those suitcases doing here? That's... I thought you said there was only 1 left. That one is, it's mine. I've used it for a very long time now. She used it for a long time. I think not. Mr. Nero, I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't lie to me. Excuse me? I don't believe for even 1 second that you've used this for a very long time. What proves that it hasn't been used for nearly as long as she says? Very simple.
Take that!
There's still a price tag on it. Tell me, Mr. Nero, is it also your habit to keep the price tag pristine on your suitcase?
Ah, what is the meaning of this? Why would you lie about the suitcase?
Despite having faith in her design sense, the sales number made her cry bitter tears. The truth is becoming increasingly clear to me. Mr. Nero, I think I understand. I know what you are trying to hide. Now then, the suitcase was originally in the in-flight shop. Seeing as how the price tag is still on the suitcase, one can only assume it was out on the floor for sale in the shop. And the person who brought this suitcase was you.
Take that!
It was you, wasn't it, Mr. Nero? I hate to say this, but this suitcase that you designed, it hasn't sold very well, has it? You saw how poorly this design that you poured your heart into was selling, and were deeply hurt. That is why you wanted to make it look like it was selling by buying it yourself. Isn't that right?
Then, the reason you went to the shop and came back here was... I'm sorry. All I really have is my job. I was overjoyed when my design was chosen. I thought that maybe I'd finally accomplished something.
But the suitcase didn't sell.
It's because of the design, isn't it? Or because it's, as you put it, hideous.
Well, I can't say they chose a great place in which to sell them either.
We weren't selling a single one, and they were just sitting there collecting dust. I felt so bad seeing them there, day in, day out. So I decided to buy one for every flight I worked.
You buy one every single time you work a flight?
I see, so in order to keep your resolution, you went and bought one today as well. Yes, and here's my receipt for that purchase.
This receipt is clearly timestamped 5:40 a.m.
The truth is, there's still a bunch of them left unsold. They're planning to scrap the remaining ones at the end of this flight.
Mr. Nero, where are the other suitcases?
They should all have been brought down in the cargo hold. Since the suitcase the killer used
could very well have come from the cargo hold.
Mr. Edgeworth, you don't think that the killer used one of my suitcases to...
Yes, I do. The killer used one of your beloved suitcases to move the victim's body.
Ah, how could they? Those suitcases were meant to be faithful partners to our passengers on their trips. That's all I ever wished for them to be.
Mr. Nero, is there any other way to get to the cargo hold other than the elevator?
The only other way is just through that door here.
And what about security?
The door has no special lock installed because just to enter this room, you need a special keycard that only crew members have access to.
Which means that the culprit is someone who can enter this room, eliminating the passengers and leaving only crew members as potential suspects.
I can't believe it. Hold it!
Yes, Franziska?
Going on these wild goose chases, you're a disgrace to the Von Karma name.
And what do you mean by that?
The suitcase came from the cargo hold. That fact alone tells the whole story.
Yes, which is why I said the culprit must be a crew member who used their keycard.
Miles Edgeworth, you're proposing that the killer rode the elevator from the cargo hold, correct?
Yes, that's the only realistic possibility.
That other attendant, Miss Meal, I asked her earlier, and she has this to say.
Franziska got information out of Miss Meal.
In order to make the elevator go down to the cargo hold, a different keycard is required.
A different one?
Yes, and the only person who holds that particular card is you, Miss Rhoda Tornero, and only you.
What? Is this true, Mr. Nero?
Yes, I keep that keycard in my locker at all times.
Could you please show us that card right now?
Yes, hold on. Huh? I don't believe it.
What's wrong?
The keycard, it's gone. Ha ha ha. Very clever. Pretending that your card was stolen when in fact you're just trying to hide it from us. You really thought this through. Wait, it's not like that. You can tell us all about it's like down at the station. Officer, arrest this woman.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Edgeworth?
fucking does nothing.
What's wrong? There's disbelief written all over your face.
Franziska, I know that you are the lead investigator on this case. However,
Hold it! Don't even think about wasting any more of my time.
Hmm?
You know the rules as well as I do. Evidence speaks louder than words. Even if this isn't a courtroom, that basic tenet still applies. I intend to investigate the cargo hold now. What will you do, Mr. Miles Edgeworth?
I intend to do likewise. To be continued. Alright, I'm gonna stop the episode there.